Heather's the youngest.
Good morning.
I'm afraid the light is kind of washing this out, Jane, because of the light background.
Right.
Hobie and Michael.
All right.
Hobie was complaining there wasn't anything to put on his couch, so we loaded it up this morning.
Is this my couch? With Annie and the swan and the deer? Looks like I got a Sandy Claus, fruit bowl, a aminal puzzle, and a swan.
Good, well.
Careful.
Would break your neighbor's friends already.
And a picture of Annie too.
Boy, this is fading in and out. I'm sorry. I'm done.
Here, I'll take it.
I'll show you something. We got a little ornament that says First Christmas Together, 1999, with 2 bells. Last year was our first Christmas
Where's
together.
Dick?
Thank you.
Where's Dick?
So cute.
Oh,
2 for Dick from James up. Camera. Am I supposed to be
Are you
saying something?
finding any presents at all, Hope?
Yep, we've got some socks there. A couple nice
I
fleece.
just don't
jackets.
feel right about Matt's not getting it.
Yeah.
well, you can't take it against the window, that's what's
Oh,
hard.
yeah. Okay, Jane.
Yes, I'm on.
Okay, what year is this?
Year 2000.
Let's see your new
We
sweater.
have lots of presents this year.
Okay, what have you been getting?
Buddy, we'll do that afterwards.
Okay.
Take your father.
We need some action
Take your
shots from
father.
you.
No, no. Do your father, because I'm against the window now.
Okay.
Get away. You're not taking me. You better not be.
Of course I
What are
am.
you doing? You better not be taking me. Get your father.
Get your dad, Mike. Get it.
No. Our mother is the one who loves this. Well,
You
let
are
me get a
so
close-up
rude.
of that pearly
Get
white
your
smile.
father. We wouldn't have any pictures.
I don't know about that.
Not bad.
These are little gifts that my sister Holly wrapped up for us for St. John.
Oh, fun.
She gave us some goodie bars, chapstick, lip gloss, a CD, one we had on the choir,
Oh, nice, I've got that one.
licorice,
Yeah.
peppermint
I got
tea.
it on the mission.
That's 20% for. So can I give that other one, say the DI for trying to throw it away, give it away?
No, I'll give it to DI and right off to you, Jack.
This is nice.
Unless that says upgrade, you may need some files that are on there.
Well, still, you won't need the old CD if the program's loaded on this computer.
Doesn't say. Oh, yeah, I've got the program loaded.
On.
Alrighty. It is December 25th, 2000. Feliz Navidad, yo quiero toco pera, keep This, starting with the jacket, it says SMED International. I think that's from Dad's friend, Mr. Bean. He works up in Canada
No, he doesn't.
for SMED. And this is a little light that goes on your keychain that Rory gave me. And he's always had it on his keychain. I always found it rather amusing. But when we went through the corn maze for Halloween out in Kaysville or Farmington, I think it was Farmington, and it was pitch black outside, this light actually shone some fine light.
Oh.
These fine shoes here are Reebok brand shoes. Some quality, perfect
Yeah.
fit, size 11 and a half, nice white tennis shoes, and they look excelente.
Hobie's decided he wants to learn Spanish, so he throws out Spanish whenever he can.
Mi amigos, su casa. This here is some Eddie Bauer pants. There's some fine pants. I enjoy this color for the likes of church and whatnot. These are pajamas. In case the camera doesn't know the pajama story, I had a fine pair of pajamas from Banff that I wore during the course of my mission. With just a few months remaining on my mission, I placed the top of my pajamas on top of the light in my bathroom in Frankfurt in the Coastal Strasse apartment because the bathroom was only about this big around and there's nowhere to set anything. I mean, even the floor was only this big by this big because every other part of the floor was covered by washing machine, shower, or toilet. And so as I set it on the light, it caught fire and burned my garments with it.
Oh,
And I haven't
Lord.
worn pajamas since then.
Oh, Lord.
And that would have been precisely 3 years ago.
My.
So, in 3
Isn't
years.
it
I've
nice?
worked
You've
with
got a
them.
nice, warm, cuddly pair of jammies.
Indeed. These are some blank CDs because I received a CD burner for Christmas, and it looks terrific. I hope it works, but unfortunately the program didn't come with it because I guess Dad got it off return from the guy, and the guy kept the program.
Oh.
So there's no CD for it. So
Oh,
I spent some quality time installing the hardware, but I don't know yet if it works. This is a farmer's calendar. I haven't quite figured out what it's for, but looks like it has some fine quips in it. This is the CD1. And that's actually been the top selling CD for the past few weeks. It's got the Beatles' 27 #1 singles on it, which, you know, is quite a feat when you consider 27 #1 singles. At this present moment, December 25th, the year 2000, the Beatles are #1 in the history of music with 27 #1 singles. Next closest is Mariah Carey, who has 15. After that, Michael Jackson with 13.
wow.
So Beatles rule the roost.
And who gave you that?
That was from Mike. They
And
also
Heather.
presented me and Heather, and they also presented me with a check for $17, which I'm hoping will be sufficient for the acquisition of a pair of gloves, because my winter gloves are old and tattered and get really wet. Rob the Bowman gave me Gerald and Lund. It's called The Kingdom and the Crown, The Fishers of Men. I'm not familiar with the works of Mr. Lund.
He wrote the Work in the Glory series.
Oh, all right. Well, I remember back before the mission, that girl I was taking care of, Coles, read those Work in the Glory every day and loved them like nothing else. So maybe that's as good as those Work in the Glory appear to be in the opinion of some. These are white socks, crew socks. This is a fine polo shirt, which I purchased down in St. George, and then Santa gave them to me at my cost. But we're asking Santa for a reimbursement. This is a Davis Cup shirt. It has all the players on it. Yeah, the likes of John McEnroe, Dave Freed, who of course is my grandfather.
Well, it has all the coaches too.
Andre Agassi. Oh yeah, all the coaches. And I don't see Pete Sampras on there.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It was a national shirt that they sold.
Oh, there's Pete Sampras. Yeah, national shirt. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I got a CD burner, which is in the other room, in this far side.
About yourself, the year 2000.
Well, I suppose the year 2000 began in January. And let's see, last New Year's Eve, so going into the first day, I hung out with Merle up at the Fenn's house with Merle and Elizabeth Fenn and Rachel Thomas, who is now married to Aaron Larson. And when she was hanging out with us, she already had the whole wedding planned, the temple date, the place for the reception, and where the wedding dinner's at. Should I check that phone? All right, and so January rolled around, and we went to Hawaii, and it was a marvelous time. We stayed in Waikiki and Turtle Bay. It was about a week altogether. And
Move to your left a little bit, to your right of me. I see you outside the mirror,
there you got.
way over.
Are you filming still?
Uh-huh.
All right, so yeah, had a very nice time in Hawaii. Came home with a righteous tan. The water was a little bit cool, but it was nonetheless pretty nice. And we had some fine accommodations there, so that was a very good time. We were there with the whole family, and Annie and Jake. Everyone was there except for Jason. Soulier, who was working back. Mr. Soulier was working for his company, CS Info or whatever it was called, and couldn't come out. Then, just school in January and February. Then in March, I went to Miami with Merle Keller, and we stayed with Chris Woodward on Miami Beach, 2 blocks from the Strip at South Beach, and attended church there and had a few days there. Went to the Everglades, where we took a nice little boat ride through the swamps and saw some real live alligators. And we, on these airboats, drove down the Florida Keys all the way to Key West. Key West was Quemado. There was, you know, the beaches were full of junk, and they weren't very nice at all. And so we, our beach time was spent at South Beach, which was a nice, very nice beach, but the water wasn't especially warm, even though it was like 80 degrees outside. And I did have key lime pie in Key West, which is where it originated.
Did it taste like my lemon meringue pie?
And it tasted similar to your lemon meringue pie, but not quite as sweet, so I didn't like it quite as much. But I enjoyed the lime flavor thereof. And then